Hey collectors, Anthony from HNE here, and today we're taking a look at Transformers Legacy Evolution Wardon 2-pack. And as you see, they include Ariel and Dion, and if Wardon sounds familiar and you're a G1 fan, it is of course that episode in the original series where it's Alpha Trion, Orion packs, and these two, Megatron comes in and starts shooting. So this is the second half of that group of four Autobots. A Hero is Born pack with Alpha Trion and Orion packs was released last year during the Hasbro PulseCon. It was its exclusive. So this one is this year's SDCC exclusive. And you can, if you know anything about the figures in the Legacy Evolution lines, you are aware that these are remolds. And of course, Ariel here, spelled with an E for copyright reasons, is of course a remold of the RC, and then Dion here, of course, a remold of Cup, which also Orion Pax was. So before we look at these two, let's take a look at the box, and it's pretty much the same as the previous box. It has a nice art takeover. Here's Orion Pax in the background here. Would have been neat if they fitted Alpha Trion somewhere, but oh well. Of course, here is Ariel on the side, spelled with an E. Oh, I don't know if you can see that. Spelled with an E. No, I could have just did that. Dion Erial. Her front end doesn't come off like the others do, or if it does, mine is super tight. I'm not going to try to break it to get it to come off. But here's Dion on the side here. And inside the box was a cardboard insert, and I'll show you because, And then, of course, the instructions and the don't hurt yourself papers. So remember, don't hurt yourself. So because I've played with the Cup mold a number of times and the Ariel mold a number of times, or I guess technically RC mold. Who was the first? There's Flame War RC. Then there's that one in the Velocitron series. So that's 3 in that mold, and then I guess this is the 3rd in this mold. Then Cup did get the buzzworthy Bumblebee re-release or whatever, or recolor, redeco. So, I mean, gambler's choice here. But I guess we'll put Dion in the back here, take a quick look at Ariel here. And, yeah, it's the same mold. It looks good on her. And, yes, this piece does come off, but, things are super tight, so I don't want to force it. But you can see there's a peg there that goes in the back of her head. So, yeah, you can't. She comes with this pistol. That is, the legit accessory she gets. So, because, as I said, my back piece won't come off. I don't know if anybody else's does, but hers definitely does not for me. And, I mean, if you're used to this mold, you know exactly what you're expecting here. Although I do dig the pink color. Contrast that to the blue of RC, or the black and red, which Flame War looks really good, too. So, yeah, it's a decent enough bike mold. And then we pull up Dion, and as I mentioned before, Dion is, of course, the Cup mold and the Orion Pax mold. And they did a really good job in the faces for these characters. Of course, we never saw an alt mode for Ariel, so a bike seems fitting. I can't imagine her being a big old truck like these guys are. Well, technically these are pickups, I guess, in conventional sense. He, like Orion and Cup, have this gimmick. So I can only imagine the monstrosities people are going to come up with for these guys as combiners. Just nightmare-inducing fuel. Just, oh my. It's, So anyway, his accessories are, of course, the pistol and the goodies pack, which I guess is, in this case, Orion has one. It's considered a walkie-talkie of some sort. And, of course, you got these 2 little pylon deck things that go on the back of the bed of the truck that give them the look somewhat close to what the animation had. So, I mean, it's pretty good. Okay, so let's start transforming Ariel here. And if I look at the instructions, don't hate me. For some reason, this transformation always throws me off, and it's very weird. Because you got to wrap her legs around her, and it always seems to get me. Confuse me, get me, not like it understands me. That'd be weird. But yeah, it's just it's a thing that it does. Okay, so skirt this out of the way. We'll unfold her legs. And you can close her heel over and it'll connect to this piece down here. Same on the other side. I'm going to leave this just back for right now because this does come out, but it makes it a little bit more complicated if I pull the wheels forward, because I needed to go over her shoulders to form the wheels, because it's weird. You'll see. It's just like we want the arms here to be straightened out, because what's going to happen is they're going to go over her backside, I guess, and stick out, and then the legs are going to go around. But yeah, first, okay, so if this happens, just put it back in place. What I should have done was hold this piece when I turned her waist, because, and this is a problem I've had in all three, Flame War and RC, and then now her. It's this piece just seems to pop out because there's a little bit more friction, I guess. But whatever. Hold on, before I get too cozy, let's just try to get the legs into position here, because what we're going to end up doing is kind of putting her legs over her head, but backwards, if that makes any sense. Yeah, we're going to try anyway, because these arms end up going like this and connecting, because they form the back end of the bike, because again, the wheels need to go through here, and you need like a lot more clearance. This has to be flush against her shoulder, and I'll do this, which is what you want to do, because you need the leg to fold into her shoulder here for the back wheel. And then once you got that, you can actually attach it. So there are 2 holes on one side and 2 pegs on the other side. There we go. And then of course we want to position this, open these up, and they peg in here on the side, if you can see that. Assuming I did this perfectly, which I feel like I have not. I should be back a little bit more. There we go. I think I might be asking for too much to get both sides into place. Yeah, I mean, here's basically what she looks like. I will have to cut it in post there, but see if we can get the kickstand to... There we go. Get her to stand up there, and then you can just attach the weapon however you want. I'd stick it right there. The other figures in this form, I guess, had the kind of ninja throwing star. You can see she's a little bit crooked in front. I'll fix it. But the tire does come off, and it's pretty much it. The whole front end doesn't, so despite the fact that it does in the other molds, so that it's a little different. Okay, so just a quick note. I learned off camera. So I got everything pegged in. I don't know if you can see it. The secret is to turn her head 180 degrees. I guess keeping it forward, just her ponytail's in the way, keeps this from coming forward. We're back enough or whatever. And as you see, I got it all together. Everything's pegged in on the sides. So yeah, once you figure that out, make sure you got the back in the correct way. Yeah, she rolls real nice now. Kickstand aside. Yeah, it's a very, very nice looking bike. But since we are on here, we're gonna stick her over here and bring out Dion. And he has that kind of dome front that you saw in the episode. They try to put as many things as they can into the mold to give it that that look. So we're gonna take off the parts that can be taken off. So these 2 pieces here are going to be pulled off. I have never transformed him before, but I've done the mold a number of times. So we'll see how this goes. And ooh, okay, there we go. Yeah, because it covers up his head eventually. And let's see if we can. I know. Hold on. There we go. Because it needs to slide to cover up the back part that we're going to do in a second. Pull the tires out. Yeah, there we go. Come on. Because we're going to just pop the waist a little bit and cover up his head, and then move his arms kind of in this position here. Come on, slide. Super tight. You can see the arm. There we go. Got it. Okay, now see if I can get the other one to do it. Okay, I finally got the slider down. That was a pain in the butt. And his arm fell off again. Whew. Okay, now we can go back to this here. This pops in here. This goes in here. Let's keep these down out of the way for a sec. And I'm going to move the arms into position. As you see, we're closing up this piece here. Little clips here. And we're going to end up, just move the legs out of the way here, end up basically putting these in between the legs, as you see here. So we end up with kind of like a sandwich situation. Now, before we get too much further, we're going to unfold points of this. Let's put the toes up though. And these come out, and the legs go a very specific way, and then these go back in. There's little, like a different slot in the knee. You have to line it up too. Oh, come on. There we go. So we just make sure these are tight back down here. Although there's a good chance I'm going to rip the arm off again. Anyway, this panel folds down like this. Wow, also very tight. And assuming that everything is in place leg-wise, we should be able to get these to attach. And the bed lines up here. There we go. Then we can slide these in here and they fill in this gap. There we go. I'm worried about the arms being detached on the undercarriage. Oh, they weren't. Oh, this may be the first time I can get these together without the arms actually falling apart underneath. Watch me jinx myself. These arms are so tight, though. It's like... wow. Okay. First time for everything. Anyway, once you have that done, you can throw these on like this. And... there we go. And like technically this goes like, where does it go? Yeah, like right here. And not quite sure where this can go now. Oh, okay, I see. Right here. So that's not too bad. That was easier than Orion. That came apart so many times. Yeah, it rolls nicely. See, Orion has this like weird bump in his leg. It's just, but yeah, that is there. It's good. Okay, took a bit of work, but we got these two figured out. So now, if you, of course, have the Heroes Born and you have the War Done 2-packs, you're done. You got it. You got the whole episode. All you need now for the Decepticons is Megatron and the Constructicons. Then again, you might also want the Ariel bots, but then originally, did they go back in time? Or did they not? Did it just to take longer for offer? There's a whole lot of paradoxical mayhem in that episode, you know, whatever. Anyway, good set. With that said, tell me in the comments your thoughts on these items. Did you get them? And how was your experience with them? Thanks for watching, and please remember to like and subscribe.